Hey guys, so we are, first of all, I want to say happy birthday to my daughter, even though I did call her and wish her a happy birthday. Happy birthday, baby girl. She's 32, and I also wishing you the best birthday ever. So, as you're seeing from the title, I have to talk about this because it has to be talked about. Section 8 in housing. Okay. Now, I'm not on Section 8 or housing. But I know there are people who have run into situations with housing in Section 8. I know housing is closed in a couple of states, from down here in North Carolina to up there in Pennsylvania. And so is Section 8 in housing. My question that I want, and I hope this video reach the hands that needs to see this. Whoever, and I'm talking from um, our local level to the state level, that deals with housing. How dare you let people stay on housing for years? Not 5 years, but how dare you let people stay on housing for 20 and 30 years? How dare you let people start getting into housing when they're at a young teenage age and they still in housing when they're 40 and 50 years old? Somebody help me understand this. To me, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand this, if you are of elderly age, you don't need to be in housing. I'm sorry. If you need somebody to take care of you, you should not be in housing. That's what nursing facilities are for. Somewhere along the line, somebody dropped the ball, got housing and Section 8 all mixed up. People seem to be able to pass down their housing to a family member. Who in their right mind made that decision and said that's cool to do that? Whoever we have that sits behind these desks with housing in Section 8 and tell people housing is closed, there's no openings, do your damn job. Do your job. Maybe this isn't your job, but maybe it is your job to investigate and make sure the people that you are saying is approved for housing truly needs housing. Truly, you are investigating the people that are saying they're in need of housing to the T. Because somewhere along the line, housing across the states is all messed up. There are people who are in need of housing in Section 8 who don't have it. Because you got people that's on housing and been on housing for umpteen years and play lotteries and hit lotteries, and they still could be in housing. I don't understand that. Nobody who can hit the lottery for thousands of dollars should be in housing. Why does it take the people of the city to have to come on and do a live or talk to social media and try to understand what the hell is going on? How do we willfully pass down, well, I'm going to move out of this house. I'm going to move out of my apartment. And Shamika, you come on in. You come on in and you be the tenant. Who said that that was okay? If housing is letting this go on, then somebody needs to say something to the housing authority, because housing authority needs to be looked into. Maybe we need to gut out everybody who's in housing authority, that we've been having these jobs for this long time, and bring in some new fresh face, some new ideas, some new minds, some people who really about treating the system the way it's supposed to be treated. Housing is a major crisis in all cities. From finding an apartment to a decent apartment to paying a decent rent. It's already tough enough. But then when you have people who sitting on housing and been on housing just about as old as their kids, something's wrong. Come on, somebody. Something's wrong. And y'all know it is. But yet, we have these chicken heads who get in housing and their boyfriends ain't worth jack junk and they come up and lay up in the same house with them. Why? Because the chicken heads don't care, because they allow them to lay there with them because that's their man. That's not their man. You know why? Because if he was truly your man, he would be encouraging you to do better than housing. He would be encouraging you to get out and get on your own. He would be encouraging you, let's do this together. He's a community man. Because once he leaves your house, he goes to somebody else's house and they with that person. So he's a community man. He's not your man. But as long as you keep thinking that he's your man, we don't agree with that and that you think that. This thing with housing eats me up because me want a tax breaker and still pay taxes and still, working out here trying to find what I need to find to get things right for me. And then I see people ease by on a system who get into housing and they only got to pay $30. But they be on the system for umpteen long years. Housing don't even say anything to how long they've been on the house. Been in housing. How many times do y'all go through and check your paperwork on these people? How often is that paperwork updated? Housing have a nerve to want to come in and say, well, this got to be done, this got to be done in your house. But are you checking their information in the system? If housing is that backed up but needed help, why don't y'all put ads out there? Because I'm sure there's people like me who gladly come and help you get some stuff straight because y'all working stupid and backwards and slow. Everybody want to punch the clock, get in there and sit on their rusty dusty at a desk and tell somebody, no, we're closed. No, we're closed. No, we're closed. No, they're not accepting no applications. And you want to punch out at 4:50. Supposed to be done at 5 o'clock. Or punch out at 4:40. Supposed to be done at 5 o'clock. Y'all want to leave early, but make sure y'all get $1. For what work? If only thing you're doing is sitting on your butt, eating your bonbons and your chips. Come on, somebody, help me understand this. I know there's some people out there frustrated more than I am. Because we see the need. We see the need of people that really needs the house. We see the people that really don't need to be in housing and needs to be out. But yet, we got people that sit behind these desks that gets these jobs that don't know what the hell they're doing. Or that's not doing their job to the full of their ability that they're supposed to. Or that's not checking the paperwork like it's supposed to be checked. Come on now. We can't have Joe Smo paying $20 or $30 over here, and then Shamika over there, she paying $4.50. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something needs to be looked into when it comes to public housing, Section 8, because things are not ran right. They're not ran right. They're not. And if you know that they're not ran right and you sit there and you just let it keep going on and on and on, you just as fault and just as at fault for letting it happen than anybody else. But then we got the ones that says, well, I ain't gonna worry about that. That don't affect me. You're right. It don't affect you. Because you know why? You're not in that situation. You're not in the need of a house or housing. So it's not affecting you. You think just because you have your own place, but somehow Housing gave you a job that you know it don't affect you. Small minds think small things. Somewhere along the line, in the city of Wilson County, their housing in Section 8 is shot. And I'm going to say it again. Wilson County housing in Section 8 is shot. Because y'all got people in housing that's been on here for years. People are near croaking and still in housing. And y'all know they don't need to be there. If they're near death, they should be in a nursing home. There should be a cutoff line for when people are in housing. You have to this period of time to get your act together. We're going to provide this amount of housing for you for this length of period of time. This is a length of period of time for you to get in here, get working, get what you got to get, and get gone. Don't enable people in housing to stay in housing forever. It doesn't help them. It just makes them more slow. It makes them more weak. It makes them want to do nothing. Lazy. I'm sorry. I said it. I ain't taking it back. But for the people who understand the whole purpose of housing, gets in there, do what they're supposed to do, and push on, I take my hat off to you because you know what? You understand the assignment. You got people in the Kinston area, North Carolina, shot. Housing sucks. Sucks. Some of the facilities down there, stupid, look crazy. And people are not even addressing it. They will live anywhere like a rodent for nothing. Who wants to live like that? But yet you have a man up in your place living like that. Come on, somebody. Help me understand. People do not care anymore of how they live. They don't. Because it's proven. You can see the way that they live, how they care about themselves. If the house is if the apartment is jacked up, the blinds are falling off, you got to walk through trash to get through their place. Who wants to be with somebody like that? Let me tell you, a man won't care. He will oversee all that just so he can lay with you. And when you lay with fleas, you produce fleas. You gotta be careful, people, out here in this world. But number one, who you be with. And the spirits of those people that you entwine in your spirit. And now you got spirits running around on you, around you, acting stupid, crazy because you didn't take time to think about that. Because the only thing you wanted was a lay. And a lay cost you nearly your mind because you're going crazy. I'm going to say it again. Housing in Wilson in Section 8, it needs to be looked into. They need to wipe out everybody that they have in here and bring in some fresh new faces. Fresh new faces, new thoughts, new developments. Because it's just not working. Think about it, people. Think about it. Think about it. Do you want to just be in something just to be in something? And do you want somebody just to lay on you, just to be laying on you, who don't really care 2 cents about you, but want to use your residence so they can sleep at night? Redding, PA housing, same way. Jacked up. Jacked up. Redding, PA, where You used to live? That town, that city, is all messed up. All messed up. They need to gut out that whole city. They need new faces all through that. Starting from the local level on up. Because the city is sad. It's falling apart. It's falling apart. It's overpopulated. People just living like, to me, some of them living like slum. Living like slum. But if you like where you live and you're not going to say nothing, then you will live like that. But to me, I think somebody needs to check on that city and see how things are ran, because money is laundered through that city for illegal purposes. Got to figure it out. Got to do better. Got to do better. I hope whoever sees this video, I hope this video gets passed on to the people in the housing market that's in the statewide, local level. I hope somebody really sees this and really take heed. Even though you're not affected by it, like you ain't got to, worry about it per se. There's people whose lives really needs the assistance of housing, and there's people who don't need to be on housing, and y'all are just ignoring the whole thing because y'all letting people stay in this housing that don't belong there. So the people that really could use it is not getting it, because you got people that's nearly dying living in housing. That's how long they've been on housing. Your list of housing, your list for housing is so long, that's ridiculous. It shouldn't be like that. Come on, people. It should not be that long, because if you're giving people an opportunity to have housing for so long, and then you say after this period of time, your time is up, you are really rotating the system. Like, they had the opportunity. Either they got their stuff together and they got out and they did better, and then somebody else got in. So your waiting list should not be as long as it is. It should not be for years. Somebody sat on your waiting list for 3 and 4 years. What in the world is that? The whole system of housing is not operating right. If people are sitting on the waiting list for 4 and 5 years, come on, somebody. Something's not done right. It's not operated right. Somebody's not running it right. Stop being slow about doing your job. Be effective about doing your job, and do it effective and do it quick. Then you won't have to keep repeating yourself. But for the ones who want to be slow, eating bonbons, sitting behind the desk saying, no, we're not open, you're not helping the system. You're not. That's why I say clean out everybody, bring in fresh new minds, new faces. Sorry, that's just the way I think. That's just the way I feel like it should be. All right, I'll see you guys later. Y'all try to have a great day. Be blessed. Think about somebody else other than yourself. Okay? I got to go. Because I'm getting a little frustrated. But I'm not going to let it bother me too much. Y'all have a great one.